back to FoodTube. Oh, FUTube. Sorry, I never watched this show. And first, a follow-up to Kirsten's airline special. Simon wrote to us to say that anyone who has a problem with an airline should contact ACA. Yeah, thanks, Simon.
The Airline Customer Advocate.
Ah, that would be the completely unknown body that could possibly help you in a dispute with the airlines. The airlines themselves set it up and pay for it, but the airlines haven't found enough money to tell anyone it exists. Consequently, in 2012, the Airline Customer Advocate only received 442 complaints. And judging by our inbox, there are a lot more than 442 people annoyed by airlines. So here's their website. Go crazy. At least in Simon's case, they were useful.
I got money back from Jetstar. How many people can say that?
Unfortunately, they only help you out if your complaint involves a domestic flight, which is a real shame for this guy, who this week brought to the world's attention
the lack of English subtitles for the Wagner Opera in Singapore Airlines first-class in-flight system.
How did Kirsten miss this important story?
F you!
We wrote to Singapore Airlines and sadly, English subtitles are still not available for Wagner. But on the upside, they are for Bellini, Puccini and Rossini, the composers, not the Italian law firm. So that's at least some good news for Bob.
Hey, this window is too small for me. Can I get an upgrade? What about some complimentary pyjamas? Because Marcus really
Thank you, Bob.
read my compelling news.
Now, we all know if you withdraw cash on a credit card, you get shafted. Interest payments start immediately and they can be at a higher rate. But Bankwest has taken the to a whole new level. When Jenny queried her credit card balance, they admitted to her that they were using her credit card repayments to pay off the parts of her debt that were attracting the lowest interest first, thereby making them the most money and in Jenny. When Jenny got annoyed, they told her that they'd sent out a letter in 2012 and she could go back to paying off the highest interest if she just asked them. It just seems they hadn't found enough money to get their teddy bear, bird, sunflower, dog or horse to tell anyone that this rule existed. So we'll do it for them. If you have a Bankwest credit card and you'd like to tell them to pay off the highest interest first, here's their contact number. Go crazy. That way you won't get Ed. And now to vegetables.
I received a chain email from a fellow farmer
Oh no, I hope you send it on to 6 other farmers, otherwise you'll have bad luck.
saying that the only Australian-grown and processed frozen vegetables come from Bird's Eye and Edgels.
Now, unlike most chain emails, this is partly right. For most of their range, Bird's Eye and Edgels, owned by Simplot, are Australian products, while McCain and Heinz are now produced in New Zealand. On the home brand front, Coles also provides all Australian product for their frozen vegetables. Woolworths, on the other hand, are a bit mixed. Some Australian-made, some from China, and these peas are for some reason from the Netherlands. But as of next month, all of Woolworths' Select range will also be Australian-produced. In fact, the pressure to have Australian-grown is so intense that the 10 Woolworths Select products that can't be sourced in Australia will just be ditched. But our chain emails go a bit further than this. They claim that New Zealand has been used to sneak in Chinese vegetables into Australia via packaging that says Made in New Zealand. And they also show a lot of concern about supposed chemicals in these Chinese vegetables.
We just don't know how the vegetables are grown in other countries.
Again, this is partly right. When McCain or Heinz packets say,
Made in New Zealand from local and imported ingredients.
or even just,
Made in New Zealand.
they could have vegetables from China or America or South Africa or even the Netherlands. We can't tell where they're from. But this is not a unique New Zealand backdoor. The same happens in Australia. Even Bird's Eye in their stir-fry style veggies say, made in Australia from local and imported ingredients. And they don't tell us where these other ingredients are coming from. In both cases, Australian or New Zealand producers get veggies like baby corn from elsewhere in the world. Which brings us to the real heart of these emails. Is there anything to this fear of Chinese or Southeast Asian veggies? In 2010,
Choice Brew.
Choice tested 30 vegetable products for 164 pesticides. Only 3 actually had these pesticides, but 2 of those were from China, although the third one was from Australia. So it can affect even the best countries. And even in these 3 cases, they were well below any level which would have seen them banned. So if you want to buy Australian, go ahead. Bird's Eye and Coles and Woolies certainly make it easy for you to find the Australian products. But that doesn't mean that food from other countries is poisonous. This kind of food racism can cut both ways.
Flowery Australian tomatoes. Lucky they look like tomatoes or you wouldn't know they were.
And I'm sure we'd hate it if all Australian lamb exports were tarred with the same scabby mouth brush after one event. And now a bit of a follow-up. Since Kirsten's story on insurance companies charging you a lazy tax, a premium for those who don't bother to shop around, we've been getting a lot of feedback from people who have bothered to contest their premium.
I saved $390 on my car insurance by switching.
I managed to get a quote that saved me $700, and it wasn't even the cheapest.
And it's not just insurance companies that charge the lazy tax.
I reduced my iron and internet bill by $20 a month after I found out I was being charged more for the plan I signed up for 4 years ago than new customers are.
So well done to all of you. Hello? Oh, hi, Prime Minister, yeah. No, you can't just knock 30% off the ABC budget. No, that's not a lazy tax, it's different. FU? Yeah, I am doing FU. Oh. We've got a brief break now to research and write new stories, so keep your tip-offs coming in. They are invaluable to us. We were going to fill the break with some check-out best-ofs, but after rereading the misleading advertising laws, we've decided to call them factory seconds instead. They're slightly used and banged up, but enjoy. We'll be back soon with all new episodes. Good night.